the life enrichment people and rec therapists. How do you think doing something like this will benefit them? What will it mean for them if I were to do the same activity with them?
Hopefully to make them feel valued, that you spent the time and energy to come up with a plan, that you wanted to have nice things for them to do to stimulate their mind and their senses and their thoughts.
Okay. Okay.
I think it can show them that there don't necessarily need to be very, not all the time, real structured activities with aims, with goals, with, I was thinking of our rec therapist from PAC last week who talked about not being so rigid in how she perceives activities, like it, it's a planned activity and it has to go a certain way, whereas with things like this, it can go in any number of ways.
We can use the same number of items and use them in multiple ways
Mm-hmm.
as well. So you don't have to change up your items, but you can change up how you use them.
Exactly. So now, given what we just learned, and looking at the activities that you had written down, how many of those activities do you think, just at a quick glance, and you don't have to count them all if you don't want to, but just at a quick glance, like how many of those different items that you came up with do you think would fall under a productive activity versus a self-care activity versus a leisure activity or a rest and restoration activity?
Probably a third of mine were productive
A third?
activities.
Yeah, that's
You
what I
know,
was gonna say
threading beads or sorting socks or an art project or.
Okay. Anybody come up with a leisure activity? Yeah? Janet, what's your leisure activity?
I thought it'd be very cool to take those fans and put it to music, have them sit in a chair and do like a fan dance, holding it up high, holding it down low, but having pretty
Great
music.
That's an awesome idea.
Yeah.
Great job.
In a way, it's movement. Maybe we could call it a sport, but I
An
just,
active leisure activity.
I know, active leisure or dancing, yes.
That's a fabulous idea. Okay. Self-care activities? Did they come up with a self-care activity? Excuse me.
Let's do a self-care.
Okay. I kind of thought about for self-care, I was thinking maybe for, something exercise or walking, we could lay out, attach popsicle sticks on the floor and walking in out of a line or that sort of thing. Different squares or something.
Tabletop games, so I had where you use a bunch of containers and then you can use the ping pong balls
That's
at
what
different levels.
Awesome.
Different numbers.
Yeah.
I did the same thing, Melissa, only I said put animal faces on them and numbers so they could get scores, so they could make points.
And just so you know, all the bottles and stuff back there have all been through my dishwasher a couple times, so it's
Thank God, I was so worried about that.
I was within 6 feet of those bottles, so I was worried.
Okay, and so, in Janet's idea, it kind of almost doubles with the rest of restorative. If you don't do the dancing part of it, you have the chair and the fans that just rest and restorative activities.
Well, maybe, I don't know, this might, that clothespin and string, I don't know, it just seems like a lot of times for a birthday or Christmas, or they get special things from their families, that maybe they could choose what they wanted to put on their quote clothesline of memories or something. I just think those clothespins could be really useful. A lot of times they're sitting in a pile and they wanna look at them and they can't really get to all of them.
Yeah, that's a great idea too. Okay. Any others? Okay. I ask that you kind of keep this in mind as you're doing your evals with staff going forward. When we're talking about engaging with residents, you know, you can keep this exercise in mind because everyday items, it doesn't have to be just planned activity. You just can grab something off the shelf and make that into something you can engage with. So thank you everyone for your time today. I hope you thought it was worthwhile.
Thank you for getting all the supplies. Bravo, Lawrence.
Thank you, ladies.